Mhm. So have anyone tried about regarding this dictionaries? Ah, have anyone tried dictionaries? You can insert pop or append.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I tried pop and append, but I already showed it.
Okay. Someone else. I think you're not practicing. That is the reason everyone is silent. You don't practice. Again, there is a chance that you can forget all whatever we taught or whatever we learned. Okay, since Parlok, when we asked not to Google, then your energy has gone down. Yes, no response. Sir, Ravi sir, have you received any kind of this one uh, homeworks or tasks to your mail?
Mm, Akarsha is working with
Except Vidya.
Chaitanya. They keep sending me something.
Mhm.
Apart from that, I don't think I've
Okay.
received anything.
Okay. So this is what we see. Means when we ask to do their own work, they are not working. This will not give a good result in future. But still, let's see what means what we can do.
Guys, I mean, if you don't understand the homework, feel free to ask in the group. And feel free to ask Achyut sir. Don't need to be afraid of him. You can actually ask him. But any reason as to why you couldn't complete it? Is it because you did not understand, or you don't have time, or you don't care? We just want to know. And we type something. So I didn't understand. That's fine. So Tanvi should ask on the class itself. If not, feel free to ask in the group. We have a WhatsApp group. You can ask. But what I would suggest is before the class ends, be absolutely clear in terms of what the homework is. And the homework is important because we are doing coding, right? As much as you practice, as much as you try, so much you can actually learn. There's no point of joining for half an hour just listening to Achyut sir and not doing anything. Okay, I know you guys will do it, but I think looks like you do not understand what the homework is. So clarify with Achyut sir in terms of what needs to be done and do it, guys. It doesn't take much time. Okay, over to you.
Yeah, Tanvi, what topic you have missed or where what is your doubt? Could you say? Is it for the specific topic or? Operators, okay. So is it arithmetic or some other things? I think I am trying to list out all the operators today. I thought of writing the examples, but didn't write. So which operator is it from this arithmetic or assignment, comparison, arithmetic operators? That is too easy actually, but still. Which one can you say? I think addition, subtraction might not be a chance of having a doubt. Is it a double division? The root. We have not used a root. Double division, okay, it's fine. We have not used any root. It's exponential or power. This, let's see. We used exponential or power. Let me comment every line then add subtraction. Now deal with subtraction, then division. I think it's fine. And modulus, you might get confused. Power, you might get confused. And double division. I think all these four are clear, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I think these four are clear. And modulus, let's take an example directly. So I'm taking a variable a with value 15 and a variable b with value 10. Okay, now I am just using modulus a modulus b. It's giving 5, means it is giving the remainder. It shows the remainder. So should I comment here? Like here. Modulus is the remainder. Hope you are comfortable with mathematics, divisions, and everything. So again, let me give this with the example. A, let me take a small number again. C equal to 5. C okay, I am asking about Tanvi because she is having the doubt regarding this. So what's happening here? It is multiplying itself into twice. Okay, exponential. Exponent. Have you gone through any concept called exponent in your mathematics? Squaring, cubing, and cube.
Yes, sir.
So it says multiplying itself with how many times you say. Okay, multiply itself, multiplying itself. See, if I say c equal to 5, and if I say c star star 2, means it will multiply c into, means itself twice. So 5 into 5. So you can see 1c and into c. If you say 3, it will say 5 into 5 into 5. Okay, so this is the meaning of exponent. And coming to double division, or we call it as floor division. Right, floor division. Floor division, what it does, it sends the quotient, gives the quotient as we discussed yesterday. So again, let me take a double divided by b. What it has to say, 1, right? So again, it gives the quotient. is the question. So clear with arithmetic operators. Okay, done. So actually, I thought of taking examples for the other operators, assignment, comparison, all these, but I didn't what to call collected the examples for you. But still, I thought of going with while loops as somebody asked me to say about while loops. So we have discussed about range, right? We have discussed about for loop. So in for loop, what we are taking a list, or let's say we are taking a number. So with the simple this one, range of 6. In for loop, what happened in range of 6 for uh, I in A? What happened? It is printing. It is printing I, means it is printing what it is printing. It is printing 0, it's printing 1, it's printing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Till 6 till 5 it will print.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but why should we not use capitals in functions?
um, in functions
Yes, sir.
here, is it the value? Are you asking about a value or variable?
No, sir. Like for print, by mistake you type big P, sir.
No, see, the, whatever you are taking here as a variable, you can use that. If you use capital I, you can use again print as I.
Not that, sir. The word print.
See, that is predefined. It's a predefined keyword. It is defined by the person who what we called coded this Python. Okay, this is already predefined. Okay, so we will discuss that. See, when you go to functions, you will understand that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
today I think if we have time, we will discuss about that. Okay, so it is printing 0, 1, 2, so and till 5, right? Okay. Uh, Now in while loop, let's take a list as an example. Let's take a list as an example. Um, or else let's take what we call number itself. Okay. In while loop again. In while loop, what it will do is while I is less than 6, means it will check whether the condition is true or not, and if the condition is true, then it will stop working. In for loop, we can check for the individual. Okay, so let me print uh, I. So it's saying okay, it is continuously printing. It will stop whenever the I is greater than 7. Let me take lowest number, and let's what we do is a equal to a plus 1. Okay, now in while loop what it will do is it will do till the condition is true. It will work till the condition is true. In for loop what it has done, it has done what we call whether it has checked the whether the condition is true or false, then it goes to the next step. But in while loop it will continuously do the action till the condition is true. Okay, let me say a equal to 1. Now I have given the condition a is less than 7. So now I'm trying to print a. Okay, so what it will be, in the first step it will be a equal to 1, means a is less than 7, true. So it will print 1. Okay, then it will check and then it will go to the next step as a equal to a plus 1. What is a? 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, so a is assigned as 2. Okay, now it will go to it will save a equal to 2. Now a is 2 is less than 7, true. Again it will print 2. Now 3, and it will add one more number. 3 is that is 2 plus 1, a equal to 2 plus 1. In this step a equal to 2 plus 1. Now what happened? A is equal to 3, a is less than 7, sorry, 3 is less than 7, true. It will print true. So till 7 it will print 7, and then it will stop printing. Okay, so it will check whether condition is existing, whether the existing condition is true or not, then it will print it. Okay. So let me execute that. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, and let me change the condition. A is less than or equal to 7, means it will print till 7. I didn't understand. Yes sir, I got it. You
Sorry,
got
sir, before I didn't understand. I,
you
I typed it together. Before I didn't understand, now I got it.
you got it. Okay, done. So this is again similar to your for loop only, but just some different loop. Okay, if you want to do it continuously till that condition is true, or till the condition is false, or till something is changed, you can use while loop. Okay, so see now it printed till 7. Now I don't want to print anything under 7. What I will do, I will make it as greater than. Okay, it's not printing anything because it is not when a equal to 1, what happened? A is greater than or equal to 7, false. So it is not going into the loop, and it is not adding any number. So this is what while loop is. Okay, this is what while loop is. Just similar. For loop and while loop are just similar, but when you what we call execute, or when you try coding, you'll understand the difference when you can use while loop and when you can use for loop. Okay, and what else we can try? So I think we have not discussed this example, right? Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, yes. So this is what I am trying to. These are again comparison functions. These four. How many? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Sorry, these six are comparison functions where equal to equal to. So let's check again. Equal to equal to. What will be the result? Could anyone say it? Now a equal to 1, and while a equal to 7, print. What will be the reason? Whether it will print any number, or it will print any error, or it will print nothing.
So it will print nothing.
Yes, it will print Okay, you can try the other operators also. So this again, it's not equal to 7. So again, see, this will be, you can understand this easily. Not equal to 7 means whenever it is equal to 7, it will not enter the loop. Okay, whenever it is not equal to 7, it will not enter the loop. Sorry, it will enter the loop. Whenever it is equal to 7, it will not enter the loop. So it entered till 6 only. Okay, see, you can understand the difference between these things. First we have tried, uh, here we have tried what we call less than or equal to, and here we have tried not equal to. Okay, sometimes what can happen, sometimes what can happen, um, in your next loop, or in your next, after this while loop, you might print uh, 7 plus 1, or else I can give 8. It will go to infinity again. Yes, I can give 8, and I can give negative number. Okay, it's going to print only one number because the second value is not equal to 7. So it will skip that. So it is not going to going beyond this number. Okay, so let me use all the operators here only. So we have used greater than, again less than is, we have used greater than equal to. Okay, we have used all the operators here, comparison operators. Okay, so if you want, you can also try those comparison operators. So this is basically a while loop where it is similar to your for loop. It will what it will try to do the action, whenever the condition is true, it will try to do the action within this loop. Okay, and let's try functions. So again, function, this is what we have to try. um, in your what we call coding, functions is the main uh, process which you follow every time you are doing something new, or every time you are coding in your Python or any language. You will use function. Okay, first you have to define the function, then you have to give name, you have to name it. uh, Maximum coders use or try to name it with the small lowercase letters only. Okay, see, I am trying to multiply. Okay, multiply underscore, or let's give a simple thing, add, addition underscore number, addition underscore number. The reason why we are trying to give uh, lowercase letters, because whenever we are calling a function, we should not misspell it. Okay, that is the reason most of the people use lowercase letters only. So print is a function where they they have used print as and as the lowercase letters, and they have given some code, and it was executed. And power, after using a library, after importing a library math, you have used power. Then again you can use that random. Again it comes from math library, which shows up a random number. Okay, again it is also imported from the math library, and again you will use lowercase letters only. So whenever a function is defined, first you will write a keyword called define, that is def, and you have to give your uh, function name. So let's understand the syntax. Define space, single space, not double space, space, and name of the function. Name of the function, and inside the brackets you have to give arguments. Nice. Okay, what is this argument? So you might use a lot of uh, what we call you might be using a lot of code inside your function. So within that code, I can do this just a second. Make it up. So within that code, you might ask for the inputs. So those inputs are the arguments in your function. So let me give, I will say a comma b, a comma b is my function argument, are my arguments. Now what is my function name? Adding numbers. So I have two values a comma b, and I am trying to add those two values. So I will say c equal to a plus b, and I will say print c. So I'm done with defining my addition function. So I can add two numbers without using a operator when I call the function. So I can call this from other pages, I can call this from other files, I can call this from any environment of my Python. But after applying some concepts like object oriented, after creating some objects, and after making it as input, after what we call incorporating into them into an library. So how to call a function? Now I have to call a function. Now I have to call the function. Okay, now I have to call the function. How to call? We have to call the function with the name of the function and provide the arguments. Add underscore number. Okay, add underscore number. And what are the arguments? Now I have to add two numbers. So my arguments should be numbers only. Okay, so my numbers, I have to give two values which are numbers. Okay, so I will give 20 comma 30. Okay, now I have defined a function that is add underscore number, and I have given the functionality to that, and I have used a print function in that again, uh, and I am calling my own function. So define is a redefined function, print is a redefined function, and I have used an operator, I have used assignment operator, I have used arithmetic operator here, I have used three variables and two arguments. Now I am calling the function by giving the arguments. Okay, let us try whether it's working or not. 50. Is it the correct value? Yes, it is the correct value. So now I am trying to define two or three more functions. I will define one more function. We'll define one more
Sir,
function. Yes.
sir, like sir, there's a computer library in your library.
Yes.
In that you have like a math in that, no?
Yes.
So if you import that, you have no need to define all of this, no?
No. If you import it, there is no need to define all these functions. See, you have to understand how that library is generated using functions. Okay. A library is a combination of functions and classes and objects a lot. Okay. Now today we are learning how to define a function. So I have if I use math library, uh, what we call, I have used add underscore numbers. Okay, if I complete this math library, or if I name it some library called with my name, and if I call, and if I use add numbers, just by giving two arguments, I can use just add it. Okay, now I will use See, again, a library is combination of all these kind of functions. It's your wish, what your function has to do. Okay. I can say subtract, I can say multiply, I can say division or divide. Okay, I have to change the values as well. Just not to conflict all those functions. So we are trying to change the values and multiply start divisions. And now I have to call all my functions. Yes, how to call the function? With the function name. Subtract number arguments. What my argument should be 9, 5. Multiply number. What my multiplication should be 10, 10, 3. Or I have to use, let me division. Yes, 5435.
Sir,
Yes,
in this subtraction, we have given positive numbers, no, sir. If we try with negative numbers, will it give the answer?
yes. If you try it with negative numbers, it will give. Okay. I have never tried. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So whatever we are using, the print function or the power functions or some by importing some other libraries, whatever the functions you are using, it is defined by somebody in some library. Just we have to know what is the library and what is the function name. There are thousands of libraries in what we call Python. Math is a math is a small library where it has multiple function names. Again, similar to math, there are 2000 plus 2000 plus libraries available in the market. Okay, you can check out all those if you are interested based on your function or based on your requirement in the internet, and you have to download or you have to just import whatever the libraries available in the your Python. Okay, everyone is most of the people, most of the developers are trying to generate new libraries day by day to fulfill the modern requirements. Okay, as Python is used in backend, as Python is used in front end, and the Python is used in web development. Python is used in data science mostly these days. So there are a lot of data science related or web development related libraries in the market available. Okay, so some might be free, some might be what we call paid versions in that. Okay, so even you can also develop functions and make it as a library and call just call them and just using function name. You can use all those utilities. Okay, so this will be your task again. What I can give is, so is this easy, defining a function? First let me understand whether
Excuse
you
me, sir.
got that. Yeah.
Sir, defining a function is our assignment for tomorrow, so
No, first let me know whether you got it or not, because after asking tomorrow's assignment, you will say, sir, I didn't understand that. So I just want to know whether everyone got that or not.
sir, I didn't understand the last one, sir. Sub underscore number, that one.
Okay, you didn't understand this one. So just let's put this in.
Not that one, sir. After division underscore number.
Let's,
Sub underscore number brackets minus 9.
let's put it in the comment. Okay. First, have you got this till here? Before this, have
Sir.
you got this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What we have
Yes, sir.
did here? First, we have defined a function using a function name, my own function name, right? That is add underscore number. Okay. And I have used two arguments, a comma b. Okay. I have used a arithmetic operation addition and then I have printed. Okay. Now I have called add underscore number. I have to call them. Without this, it will not work. Whenever you are writing a function, whenever you are defining a function, you have to call it. You have to call it separately. Okay. This solely does not give the value. This solely does not give the answer. Okay. If I am commenting this will give the answer. This will directly give the answer. Okay. This will directly print the C. If there is a value inside the C, it will print it. If there is no value inside the C, it will not print it. If there is a if this function is true, if the statement is correct, it will assign a value into C. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you should not define A and B, sir. How does the computer know?
Sorry.
A and B here is not defined, sir.
Yes. So
How does
that
it
is
know?
yeah, that is the syntax again. See, that is the functionality of a different function. Means it will work like that. When you have not defined A and B, okay, but just by using it as argument, you are making it as argument in this function. A and B are just arguments. There is no value for A and B. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if I don't give the values here, it will throw me an error. Now A and B is not defined. See, it is asking missing two required positional arguments A and B. Now it is not defined. If you are not giving any number while you are calling the function, then it is not defined. Okay. Till if you are see, if you are not calling this function, you are not using A and B, right? So when you are calling the function, you are using A and B. So when you are calling the function, you have to tell A is equal to this and B is equal to this. Then it will automatically assign A equal to the first value, B equal to the second value. Okay, you can give how many numbers, how many arguments you want. See, it is like this. What we call, we are just packing everything here. We are just packing everything here. We are defining the address of someone where the parcel has to go. Okay, just we are packing where we are just making everything ready here, and we are saying these two numbers. These are my two numbers where it has to do the activity. That's it. Eh, Clear, or you need some more example? Yeah. So again, in defining in yes.
Sir, for defining, we can just put add, sir. Why do we need to put underscore and number?
See, add might be already defined by someone in Python. That is the reason just I used some random number, the random argument, random name. Okay, add is a small number, no? Add might be already used by someone, so that is the reason. You can use any number. You can use any value. You can use any this one. Okay. I can use anything. See, I can even use print here. Okay, but print is already defined by someone, so it might what we call disturb the other functionality.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is the reason, just to not give the conflict to the previous whatever the functionality that has, and just extending add underscore number.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, again someone asked about this sub. So I have defined the function here, I have called here. If you want, you can call after defining the function only. But in real time, the definition of the function will be in some other place, and calling the function may be in some other place. So here, if you understand here, print is not just it's not just only means we are seeing it is just printing C, but there is lot of things happening behind the scene. Okay, so behind the screen there might be some other library. In the Python library itself, they have written the print, how to utilize the print. They have given the arguments. Okay, so
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
So sub underscore number brackets -9 and -5 is there, sir. So
Yes.
it's going to subtract -9 and -5, sir.
See, it is directly, it will directly go and replace the values, whatever it may be. Okay, so it will say d equal to -9 -5. Okay, then it will become -14.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
it just replaces and do the functionality. That's it. So whatever the numbers you give, it just replaces and do the functionality. So is it the one you have what the doubt, or something else? Why we are calling it?
This one only,
See,
sir.
yeah, you will get confused with the arguments. That is true. Everyone, I am saying that it will go. The confusion will go only with the practice. Okay. So I would ask everyone to use all the operators to define your own functionalities. To define your own functionalities, try, if possible, try if while for loops inside the function. Uh, Try if while for loops inside the function. Okay. So this will be the task for you. First, first task will be first task will be defining functions, defining functions with arithmetic operators. Whatever you want, you can take. How many of if you want more than two arguments, you can choose whatever you want. You can try. Okay, you try. You can try left and right in this. If you have any error, just take a screenshot and put it in the group. I will reply for that. Okay, so just do a try. This will teach you a lot. And try if you try this, you will understand the previous arithmetic comparison. Whatever the operators are there, whatever the loops we have used, it will give every means a lot of clarity inside this. Okay, you can try. Number two, you try loops loops with loops defining loops with within the definitions. Loops with the definition, and loops with functions. Okay, and if you want, you can write list, or whatever if you want, you can try. You can, if you want to try something more, you can try. It's your wish. But basically, I want the first task to be done at least, and the second task with your interest. Means if you have completed the first task, then you can do the second task. And if you have more interest in understanding everything, you can try other thing, like adding a list into this, trying a list in this, Loops means whatever. What can I give for loops? While loops. We have not used while. First you use while for while, and what else we have? If else if else or elif. Okay, and you can try a lot. You can try a lot in this trying booleans. Okay, after defining this, then you can in the next stages we can try doing calculator applications, which you have already done. Yes, but this will give more clarity. This will make you to do on your own. Okay, you can try lists or tuples, lists, tuples, and set, set, dictionaries, etc. Done. So these three will be your task. I want to see at least the first task to be completed tomorrow. Else, um, there are 6 operators, basic arithmetic. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. What is the third task exactly, sir?
See, that's up to your potential. Whatever
Can
you
you
want, you
give
can.
examples, sir?
Yeah, you see, you can just define your own what we call functionality and try some loops or tuples, some list tuples, sets, and dictionaries within the function. Okay, you can just what we call um, define. You can just define a list here and use the list in some or any other way.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So we have to use loops for those lists, tuple sets, and dictionaries, sir.
That's your wish. That's your wish again.
Yes, sir.
So it's up to your potential. Okay, the first task should be done as a mandatory task, and the second third is up to your potential, and every task should be on your own. Don't ever copy from something outside. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
to whom should we send?
you send to Ravikant sir. If you have any doubts regarding that, you can just take a screenshot and share it in the group.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Guys, be clear, because tomorrow evening when the class is on, we don't want to have any other reasons like you have not understood. You can ask Achyut sir. Achyut, can you copy those 3 tasks onto the chat and then ping so that everyone has it?
Ravi sir, shall we wind up the class for now?
Yeah. Can you just copy paste those 3 tasks onto the chat? Great. Thank you, Achyut. So guys, I hope it's pretty clear in terms of what the tasks are. Try your best to do it, guys. Okay. Thank you, Achyut. I think let's meet up tomorrow evening. We'll see whether 5:30 to 6:15 the same time is possible or not,
Sir,
depending on the
if possible, let's move the timings in the weekdays because I am having some meetings.
No problem. Our children are flexible, no issues. So depending on your meetings, we can move around.
Okay.
So 6:45 or 7 o'clock also is fine, I guess.
Okay then.
Thank you, Achyut.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwi,
Thank you,
Vidya,
everyone.
Akasha, Ashish, Chaitanya.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, Raman, thank you, sir.
Sir.